Gentlemen?
With the demand for higher quality games and bigger franchises, games need to think big. This weekend I pre-ordered the long-awaited game called Watch Dogs, and it got me thinking on what other games have to offer. What worlds can we expect from these new titles? To do that, I had to revisit the games I played when I was bored on the weekends. Games with endless replay value and massive detail and fun. Thus, I give you my top 5 open world games. With platformers nowadays, people need to think big. Very big. In fact, Terraria delivers the best content I can think of a big world. It's huge. It's massive. It has so many biomes and so many things to explore. That's why it makes it as my number 5. I couldn't keep it off this list. The quality of the world is just so diverse. How big the world, it doesn't matter. But what you find in the world is important, and that's what Terraria demonstrates beautifully. However, Terraria does have a few things going for it that limits it from being a truly open world. Cons like RPG and survival-based tactics can't get you where you want exactly in the game. You have to work for it. A lot. And the 2D level may turn people away. But with a cool leveling and crafting system, Terraria can keep people engaged for hours on end. And its boss fights are amazing, its biomes are great, and the items. I spent hours in the game finding plenty of items. Now, however, Terraria, there are a few things that doesn't make Terraria an open world, and this can be classified very differently. It is mostly based as an RPG game because the world isn't open for you instantly. It's not your little playground. You have to work to get your items, like I said before. Terraria demands some work and progress and skill level. Some people can't attain that. Well, then that's what happens. But I found myself quitting Terraria a few times because it was just too difficult sometimes. But if that happens, just try to lower the difficulty setting and just get your friends in an online game. You'll have a lot of fun. GTA 5. Well, what can I say about this game? It's the biggest open world of its time, and it should be credited for it. If you weren't seeing GTA on this list, you'd be sorely mistaken. This game is deserving of a lot of praise it gets. And this, however many shoot-'em-up games it is on there, this game's gotta take the cake. Biggest world, best characters, doesn't matter. However, the online is more appealing, but I'm not going to talk about the online because you all know how the online goes. Customize your character, get a new server, and blow crap up. However, they have some depth to the story mode, and hear me out on this. The characters are designed very well to contrast the world. They've put themselves in a position that they wouldn't normally be in, and I respect the story mode for that. And I think it deserves a little more praise than it's been getting lately. However, GTA, even with all its games in the series, has been drifting away from its roots for some time now, and it hasn't focused on what it used to be. It's a shoot 'em up, run around the street with your friends, not care about the story mode kind of game. And the fact that they're adding that, I appreciate the fact that they're going through and trying to change this title. But the fact is, it's so far along on the line, it's so hard to stop it. GTA has become its own thing now. It's become its own genre of games. And while I respect it for that, it's getting a little out of control. In fact, they've added so many unnecessary things to the game lately, I don't even know what to play anymore. However, GTA 5, the newest one in the series, is great for going around with your friends and going to shoot 'em up style, rob the cars, and such. Now, GTA 5, well, it's GTA 5. I think you can do a Google search and see just exactly how good this game is. Because it deserves to be here. Now it gets a little more difficult. And with games like Skyrim, I couldn't have more of a hard time deciding what is good about this game. There's so many things. From its huge world, to its story, to plenty of cool graphics. It's got a ton of stuff to interact with. whether you're fighting dragons, searching for gold in caves, doesn't matter. This game has a ton to do, and that is what's good about an open world game. You can get lost in it for hours. Hours on end I have played this game, and it has just taken over my life. One day I just decided to put the controller down. Nope, I'm done. And I haven't gone back to it since. But that game ate up so much of my time. It was a good game. And that's what an open world game is supposed to do. It is supposed to eat up your time out of the day. That's what it's there for. It's for the games where you sit there and you're bored on weekends and you think, what can I play? What can I play today? And for me, it was Skyrim. Skyrim, like all the Elder Scrolls series, is basically a dungeon raiding, third-person, killing monstrosities sort of game. It's great for roaming around in and finding your own adventure. And that's exactly what I do. And I recommend it to anyone for this open world game test, because it is worth your money. Here we go, number 2. Just Cause 2. Yeah, I'm not kidding. This game was epic. I mean, I haven't seen any explosions well, I haven't seen a lot of explosions. So, that game took the cake. So many stuff to blow up. The entire point of the game was to blow stuff up. And this game delivered beautifully. The world, the AI, everything was greatly crafted. This game I got lost in for so many hours, trying to pull ridiculous stunts to blowing up buildings, stealing planes. So, this game has gotten a lot of praise from me. However, there's a few things I would consider about this game that would be kind of a damper and why it's not my number 1 spot. Its story is slightly boring. And I'm not going to say the missions are bad, just the story. The cutscenes are a little boring, it seems unnatural. By the time you get to the end of the story, it's like a little action movie. You're done with it, that was great, now what? But the game excels in its great design. Its simplistic design, running around blowing stuff up. And that is what takes the cake for this open world game for me. And yes, they have added a multiplayer mod, so I'd recommend getting Steam and going to get that now, because it's hell of a lot of fun. On a rainy day when you're bored, yeah, that's hell of a lot of fun. Just Cause 2. People often ask me what my favorite game is, and this hits pretty high on my list. This is Infamous 2, a game about running around collecting different superpowers and blowing crap up. Now, I'm going to set aside the open world aspect of the game to just focus on its excellent story. Its story is so good. Its characters are great. It has given so much personality to the game, and I love playing with the characters even after the story mode is over. Just running around, crashing down on everything. Now the open world aspect of the game is even bigger. You unlock new levels, new parts of the world. There are 3 parts of the world you can unlock, and you unlock them all by completing the story mode. So as long as you venture through the story mode, you'll be able to unlock new powers and new enemies really quickly. And I find this leveling stats, gameplay mechanic, to just be a really good addition to the game. And going around electrifying people is quite funny. I'm gonna be honest, sticking them to the floor and watching them suffer is kind of funny. But not only is the story great, the world is awesome. The graphics are highly, highly evolved from what was in Infamous 1, or Infamous the original. Go play Infamous 1 though, because it ties into the story of Infamous 2, and I don't want to give out any spoilers. So, Infamous 2, my favorite open world game by far. Go pick up this game. It's really fun. I'll do a gameplay on it sometime. I promise you that.